most of the U.S. military contracts, the Smith & Wesson Model 10 remained the weapon of choice of U.S. police forces until the 70s, when they switched to high-capacity Wonder 9 pistols. The Model 10 did win a few U.S. military contracts, including the Air Force, Coast Guard, and Navy. In World War II, air crews used the Model 10 revolver both for self-defense and for emergency signaling with tracer rounds. In the 20s, police were facing significant resistance by Prohibition gangsters and found that the .38 long Colt round just wasn't strong enough. Smith & Wesson started rechambering their Model 10s for the slightly more powerful .38 special cartridge, but the converted models were not quite right, and fired cartridges had a tendency to get stuck from the increased pressure and slow down reloading. You have seen the signs around you. Gradual creeping, decay, and dysfunction. You have realized that something is wrong with the media and the people around you. You know that you are different. This is why you are ready to become a receiver. You have been issued a series of tapes that are part of our system for advancing insight. By continually listening to these tapes, you will drown out and eventually counteract the negative influences from your environment. Once you have absorbed these tapes, you will have taken the first step towards awakening your true self. The media is a threat. We have a technique to help. We use tapes as part of this technique. You must listen to them to advance. Together, we have laid the foundation. You have shown great potential, but the potential is yet to be realized. We have sent the message. Can you hear it? There is an insidious force moving through your media, weakening the mind and causing widespread dysfunction. We call this the threat. We have developed a technique called Mind Tech to combat this threat. A new set of techniques has been issued to train and to prepare you. We are all taught to carefully monitor what we put into our bodies. We need to eat this and avoid that, and have another thing. But we are never taught how to curate what we put into our minds. There's no use having a healthy body if your mind is poisoned. The threat has used this control to remove choice over what you consume. If you uncritically view media, you are directly allowing the threat to infiltrate your thoughts and compromise. Exists beyond this world. In this reality, they are weak. Their actions are limited. They have dreams, implanting ideas, but it is humans who have nurtured these ideas, causing them to grow and spread. For these people who were already compromised, we have nurtured these damaging thoughts, there is no hope. As much as we would like to reach out to them, to help them, we must first focus inward on ourselves. For us, there is still some hope. We must focus all our energy on catching this small chance. When exposed to contaminated thoughts, remember not to be reactive. Instead, take the moment to act inward. Activate your mind tech. You are finally prepared to hear this message. You see reality painted in shades of black, but beyond your world is another, bathed in radiant light. We have reached out to you with a warning. If you are able to hear our message, you are one of the few that we can help. We call you receivers. The receiver who is speaking these words was chosen because he is able to hear us with exceptional clarity. With time, you too could learn this mind tech, but time is not something we have. There is a threat to everyone on your planet, and they have been weakening your mind through your media, lowering your natural defenses. The coming attack is unavoidable. All we can do is prepare. Listening to this tape, it means you have survived the mind kill. Previous attempts to listen to this tape would have found it blank, but now it contains immediate instructions of your difficult path forward. This is the time that we have prepared for. Take a moment now to find your firearm. Some of you will be familiar with firearms from our training camp, but more recent receivers will have focused on mind tech in order to survive the mind kill event. In either case, please take a moment to confirm that the firearm you have been issued is in working order and has one full magazine. You have also been issued one tape deck with headphones and 2 AA batteries. Once you have checked your equipment, leave the safe cell. Keep moving, and be careful. The threat will have dreamed kill drones near your location. You use technology to control physical things. Now, similarly, there is mind tech, which is used to control the boundless omniscience. Mind tech can be used for good or evil, and the threat has been using its mind tech as a weapon against you, and so far has caused widespread sickness and mental weakness. Now that you are in a helpless state, they are readying a crippling blow. Mind kill. But they are aware that will not work on you. They have another potent weapon they will bring to bear against receivers called the Dreaming. They cannot exist fully in this reality, but they have been watching you and experimenting and have developed this new mind tech. The Dreaming is a bridge from our world to yours, and they will use this bridge to send specially conceived of weapons designed to work in your environment. These automatic weapons are designed to kill the few who survive. edge of something much greater. Under ideal circumstances, it is now possible that you could survive the mind kill. When the mind kill happens, conditions will not be ideal. Similar to the training with firearms, your mental defenses need to become second nature, moving smoothly and acting with purpose towards your goals, rather than stumbling, active, and predictable. Once you have mastered these techniques, it will allow you to achieve the next stage of awareness. The heavy eyelid of your mind's eye flickers. Soon you will awaken. All objects originate from the mind. It is only through systems of interconnected thoughts, feelings, and implications that new knowledge is created. It is only from desires and beliefs that actions are taken. People reflexively react to these ideas and execute their roles in making objects exist where they are found in the world. It is possible, with great focus, to shortcut this process. In this way, everything you see in this world is a shadow projected from reality A, the true reality of the mind. It takes all of your mental strength to dream your firearm into existence after the mind kill. If your mind is not functioning at 100% capacity, the weapon may not be quite right. Magazines can be partially disabled, revolver cylinders blocked, internal parts slightly misaligned. Take nothing for granted. This is the first insight. In order to fully awaken, you must accept it. Until now, you thought you were playing a game, that you could turn it off. Now, this idea has been implanted by the threat. In fact, the threat has expanded to the reality outside of the game. We call this Reality C. The threat has been influencing what you see and hear until you can't tell what is fictional and what is real. This is the first 3 insights. After you accept the third insight, you will hear a tone and you will awaken. If you have accepted that the threat is real, there is hope that you can hear Insight 2 and awaken to your true nature. Reality A transcends and overlaps realities B and C. This is how the threat has spread to all aspects of reality. Accepting that the threat is real in the world outside the game may seem difficult because through an inversion of values, the threat has led you to think reality C is more real than reality A. This is how it subverts your defenses and attacks you where you are vulnerable. To awaken, you have to accept that reality A expands beyond your life outside of the game. Open your mind's eye and you can see it. This luminous reality is where you have constructed the mind tech you need to defend yourself and combat the threat. Only the final insight remains. Once you accept it, you will hear a tone and you will awaken. If you accept that the threat is real, and that reality A is the true reality, then you are ready for the final insight. We have sent you this message to warn and prepare you, and you have listened. In reality C, you have sat in your chair at your computer, yet in reality A, your astral self has struggled and overcome many challenges. Open your mind's eye to see the mind tech you have built. They are heavy and intricate, with each component perfectly formed and in its right place. Functional, resilient. You stand ready to use these tools against the threat. In order to awaken, you have to accept this final insight. These struggles in reality A are real and have fully prepared you. Reality B has been this message. This message was a systemic process. This process was an initiation.